Hey y'all, this is your girl Faye with the Faye and Cedar Show, Mommy Corner Mondays. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm actually recording this on a Wednesday for the next week. But what sparked this particular topic for this particular video is I had to pick my daughter up from school yesterday, and she was like in one of the worst moods. Not like a sad mood, but just I'm angry at everything and everything is getting on my nerves mood. And she gets like that sometimes. But this one particularly was really bad. Not only that, but I was having a great day. And usually anybody who I'm close to and they're just moody, not necessarily sad, but moody, I take it as a personal thing. I guess it's the Pisces in me, but I take it as a personal attack. If they're moody towards me, especially if I'm in a bad mood too. You know, especially if I'm in a great mood, you know, and I'm having a great day, or, you know, an okay day, regular day, and this person's in a really bad, let me scoot this back, a bad mood. So I take it personal. Also too, and so I kept asking her, I was like, you know, how was school? Fine. Like, okay. Because usually, like, you know, she usually sometimes she says fine and then she'll elaborate. But no, she didn't elaborate in the way she said fine, because, you know, tone is everything. And so I backed off, and we're walking to the car. And she goes, I said, so, what'd you learn in school today? Well, stuff. And then I was like, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? She was like, nothing. But nothing is wrong with me. Nothing. And I was like, you know what? I said, in my mind, I said, I'm going to back off. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to back off. And she goes, you know, she does one of these. And so, and of course for some people I know somebody listening to the video was like, you know, they're upset about it. But I'm not even all upset about it, because I had to, while we're walking to the car, in silence, because that's what she wants when she's in a mood. She wants silence, which is fine by me. There's no need to continue talking to somebody that does not want to talk to you. I don't care who it is, or pick an unnecessarily fight. They're kids, they'll get out. She eventually gets out of it. And so, you know, and I messed up, and I asked her again, goes, did you not take a nap? And she was like, no, we didn't take naps. But, you know, she's just like, why do you keep talking to me, basically? And so anyway, we're walking back to the car, and in my mind, I'm like, I have to remember, we are, regardless of me being an adult and her being a child, we are all still human. We all have bad days and good days. We have bad moments and good moments throughout our day. And so I think I kind of had to remember that. But of course it bothered me a lot, because she was just like in a really, really bad mood. And so I let it go. So we get home, I'm like, did something bad happen in school today? And she's like, no. She's just, you know, she's being like, just, why you keep asking these questions? I'm good. Even though her mannerisms and her whole, the way she's talking to me when she answers my questions doesn't indicate that it was okay. And I figured, you know, she'll tell me if she wants to. That, or she's just really in a bad mood, and probably because she did not take a nap, because she is 6. And guess what? 6-year-olds still need to take naps. Now, she's in kindergarten because her birthday's late. And they don't necessarily have nap time. They have a 20 to 25 minutes resting time. Some of them do take naps. And most of the time my daughter does take naps, and I usually can notice the difference when I pick her up from school, if she took a nap, or if she at least laid down and had quiet time, because, you know, that makes a difference. And so, and I know somebody's, you know, watching the video is like, I can't believe she's talking to you like that. She's brushing you off. And, you know, it's not really a big deal to me, because I'm very unorthodox with my parenting. My mom kind of was too, in a little way. I don't subscribe to the old school method of dismissing a child and not them expressing themselves. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're very much old school, you are not going to like continuation of Mommy Corner Mondays from me. And I suggest you not, you know, watch this segment, because I am not about the old school, a lot of the old school things. I deal with adults who have adult tension tantrums, or they have a really hard time expressing themselves, and a lot of that has to do with I'm sorry for the crying child in the background. I'm at my daughter's Kumon lesson outside. Anyway, I don't subscribe to that. Like I said, I deal with adults who have adult tension tantrums, and they have a hard time expressing themselves, and a lot of that stems from not being able to in a healthy way, express themselves as children, and so they suppress their feelings, and instead of the feelings being sad, upset, or indifferent, or frustrated, all of it's bottled up. And when it's bottled up, it comes out all in anger. Instead of it being completely separate and being able to separate them and expressing themselves in these layers, it gets balled up, and it's anger. And that's, and unfortunately society has to deal with that. So I'm not about that. I'm not about that life. So one of the things I do to deal with her in a mood, you have to know your child. You have to know what can usually, like I said, usually if I leave it alone, it'll go away. She'll come home, she'll get her snack, and then we'll sit down and do her homework, and she's fine. And that's usually what happens. She was so much in a mood the other day though, that I finally was like, listen, do you want to just a break? Do you want to just go into the homework? Do you want to go ahead and do a break right now? And then we'll reconvene in 5 minutes. Sorry, y'all. In 5 minutes, I said, because I know my patience level and my stress level. I know people say I have really great patience, but I was not in the mood to deal with her about to have a complete and utter breakdown at the kitchen table doing homework. I was just not in the mood for that. So it was best for me for her to get removed, and for me to get removed. Get her thoughts together, get my thoughts together, and we reconvene. Because there was no point of me yelling at her over the top of it, or saying something or doing something that just made it even worse. So I'm just like, you know what? Do you need some time to yourself? Go in the bathroom, go in your bedroom, and it will come back. Because I was like, I can't do this with you right now. Like I could no longer do it. After 10 minutes of the anger, the mood, her about to have a breakdown, I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I did that, and it actually worked. And this goes back to know your child. She was like, yes. She left. We left for about 10 minutes. I continued working on my computer because I had to set my schedule for my job for the following week. And she came back, and we finished, and it was no issue. And of course, going back to our discussion walking back to the car from school, she didn't take a nap. So partially was she did not take a nap. She was hungry because after she had a snack, she felt a little better. And honestly, I just think it was just a very long day. Sometimes we just have really long days. It was a Tuesday. It just beginning from the weekend. Maybe she's trying to, maybe she's trying to catch up on some sleep. Maybe she didn't get enough sleep. She didn't tell me, but that could be it. So know your child. Two, I would say, like I was saying, part of everything, pretty much. I don't feel like I'm a backtrack. I don't feel like I need to break this down too much. I really think it is knowing your child and what works for your child. Reacting to everything as far as their mood just makes it worse. I've done that several times, and I've learned that it becomes one big unnecessary headache. And I say, pick your battles with your own children. Like I said, most of the time my daughter comes around. Sometimes, like I said yesterday, it was a very prolonged mood swing. So I'm just like, what in the world is going on? And so I was lucky enough to think about it. I'm like, okay, we need a break because I'm about to go over there. I'm about to slap you because I don't know what's going on. Like I said, sometimes my daughter, she'll talk, and she'll tell me everything she's feeling, everything she wants, her desires. And then there's times where she just really does not want to talk about it, and me pressing it just does not help. So there's that. Also, I feel like we need to check ourselves. We need to check ourselves. Now, most of us, we know when our kid's in a bad mood. But again, reacting to everything, depending on how you react to certain things, depends on if it's going to get resolved. Also, too, I'm sorry, there's just this truck, literally right here, loud. Also, too, I lost my train of thought because this darn truck is right here. Okay, anyway, we'll go back to that. I can't believe I completely lost my train of thought with that. So anyway, just, you know, sometimes, oh yeah, that's right. Checking ourselves. And sometimes, are they in a bad mood, or are you in a bad mood? Because sometimes I've caught myself where I'm actually in a bad mood, and she's actually fine. She's just her regular old self, just kind of like, hey. And, something that I've just probably recently read on Facebook, or something that somebody said, or I don't know, I got instantly annoyed at something, and she says something, and I'm like, eh. And then I'm like, why are you so moody? And she's like, basically, the last story is about my, sometimes we need to check ourselves. And, sometimes, I'm in a mood and she's really not in the mood. We made it worse. So we need to, figure that situation out. And sometimes my daughter is fine and I'm in the mood, and I'm, yelling at her, saying why she's in the mood, and she's really not. It's really me. So there's that. Anyway, so that was just some tips on how to basically deal with your child. I think the number one main reason is just to know your child, check yourself, and sometimes just reevaluate everything about what's going on. Sometimes it could be something that's new changes and challenges that's going on in the home. Somebody got a new job and the hours change, or maybe there's something happening in school, not necessarily serious. It could be them learning something different, like fractions or something, and it makes them completely frustrated, and it completely, maybe they loved math and now they hate it because of that. So it could be a variety of reasons, and that all goes back to knowing your child. And sometimes your child isn't going to tell you everything, and hopefully you do still have, no matter what, have the open door relationship where they can tell you why they're such in a bad mood. So this is your girl Faye with the Faye and Cedar Show, Mommy Corny Mondays. Hope y'all have a great week. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.